kids, good morning to you, good afternoon, happy time zone to you. Mark Miller here. Let me get some Code Rush music going here for us. Today's going to be a little bit of an easy day. I think I didn't get much sleep last night, so I was like, hey, why push myself, make myself focus and concentrate all day long? Is the music not starting? Oh, look at that. We need the drone game needs a refresh, it looks like. Let me give it that refresh it needs. And now start the music. Cool. Cool. So we'll take an easy day today. Sometimes that happens. Although I think the visual effects are going to be kind of cool. I want to create some visual effects when I show these guys and when I hide them. So I want kind of an animation to bring them in and an animation to get rid of them. I also have blood splatter animations for these guys when they get hit. I'm not sure if we'll have time to do that today, but that's on my list as well. And I also am playing with, and I haven't quite figured out how to do this yet, but I want, like, if I remove one, I want two to move over. I want it to slide over is what I want it to do. Ralph? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to see you. So that's what I want to do. I want to make these kinds of things. I'm just hitting buttons on the stream deck. Good. I'm glad you're good. Yeah, things are a little crazy in parts of the world right now. It's a little distressing to me. My good friend Scott Hanselman lives up in Portland, and I'm hoping everything's okay for him, and that these events are not weighing too much on him spiritually right now. It's pretty tough. So anyway, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to do some sort of animation when I add and remove these pieces. Let's start with that. This is which language? I'm going to be working in TypeScript today. That's what I'll be doing. I've got C# in the background here, but I've got another file that's got TypeScript in it. This is where I'll be working. Spend most of the time today. Let me just show you the animations we've got. We got to kind of work on those. Ooh, I also have this. This is kind of cool too. This is a portal sucking animation that will suck the three-dimensional dice down into that hole. That's kind of what I'm looking at doing there. So I got that. That's one of them. Let me open up another window so you can kind of see what we're going to be working on. I'm going to work on the animations for these guys first, I think. Let's bring those in first, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Assets. This is going to be in the scroll section. In-game creatures. Yeah, and I've got air explosions too that I might use for them too. So I've got some cool animations here for the air explosions. Kind of look like that. You can see that right over there. That's kind of what it looks like when it, so that's for the dice exploding potentially, or maybe when a character dies or is permanently removed from the screen. I'm not sure. We'll play with it and we'll see what looks good. The scroll appear and the scroll disappear. These are the ones I want to work with. I think I'll do the scroll appear first, since that makes sense. It's got some smoke that kind of comes from the top. There you can see that as we kind of go through it. As we move down, it kind of forms into a shape that's about the same size as the scroll. And then it ultimately goes away. That's what's going on there. So we're going to use the animation engine we've already built into TypeScript, into what we've got running here. And we'll make that work. Let me close down the scroll over there. On the left, we'll just have those two up on screen. Fred's with us here. Fred, you doing okay? Fred's okay. Fred's going to be pair programming. So let's grab this first. I'm going to copy that to the clipboard right there. Look who's flying in. It's Jetsam. How you doing, Jetsam? I think we hide that cloud.
He's in the house.
Jetsam's in the house. You did a test wave. Did it work? I bet it did. I have a feeling it worked. Hi, peeps. Okay. You know what? Let's do this too. I'm gonna be. I said today is gonna be an easy day. Today's gonna be a real stream of conscious flow kind of day. I'm gonna grab my animation cropper. This is the tool we built. I want to say a couple months ago. It's really useful though for getting an animation and cropping out an animation that has transparency around the edges and just crop it in to get rid of that extra size. I'm going to use it on what we've got out here in, wait, it wasn't here, it was Dice Electric Portal. So we're going to grab this one. I've got a front and back animations here. Let's crop it. So just going through those, figuring out what the max size it's going to be. This is written in, by the way, this is written in WinForms. This app is WinForms. Tried doing it in WPF and it wasn't fast enough. So we got that was the back. So we turned those 800 by 800s into 642 by 578. Okay, not bad. And let's get the front right there. And let's crop that. The front, it doesn't start for a while. So we saw a bunch of empty frames at the beginning. And there it is. It's just saving those back out. So that'll be smaller. Now, we're actually doing something for the first time on this. Hopefully, I'll be able to have time to get to this today, and we'll implement this. But we're doing something for the first time ever, and that is to have, normally when we do front and back animations, we make them the exact same size, even if like the front is very small. Could be cropped even more. And what I'm doing now is I'm cropping them down. Glenn Stevens says, been a long time since Portland conferences in Australia. It has, Glenn. By the way, I think the last Portland conference I was at in Australia, they changed my speaker time, and I think they didn't tell me. And I don't know. It's possible I may have missed an email too. But I had booked my flights to arrive on day 2 of the conference, not day 1, and they switched me to day 1. And as I'm on the plane to head to Australia, and they're closing down the doors, I find out people are asking, where's Mark? He's supposed to be speaking right now. That's all lighting up on my phone. And I'm like, oh no. I was getting to in that session, I had one attendee. Well, it was probably, I don't know, it probably wasn't the session I wasn't at. It was probably the next one. What I ended up doing is I ended up contacting them and they said, we'll put you on tomorrow, next day, but we don't think you're going to have a lot of people. And I didn't have a lot of people. I had more than one, but not a lot. I don't know if I finished saying it. What we're going to do here is we've got I want to say the old days, and every day up to this point, when we've had flat layered animations, one below the die and one above it, and the top stuff was just enough maybe to cover it, wasn't a lot, we still would make it a big animation, a big image. And we would sandwich those two together because it's just easier to just know where to position them. These, we're going to change this up a little bit. And I think it'll be okay. I think it'll totally be okay because we're just going to mark the center of these anyway. We really want to say the center is our kind of anchor point, and everything should just line up if we do a really good job. Also, the tool we just used generates 2 text files. Where are they? Here's one right here. I just have to double click it to see what's in. What? Oh, come on! Who's doing this? Who's filling my studio with water? This water's getting deeper and deeper. At least I'm safe here in the studio. What the? That was close. Giant jellyfish. Deep water, kids. Surf's up. I helped you with the sign language interpretation. You did, Glenn. Well, thank you so much. Glenn, I'm not picturing your face, but I have a feeling if I saw your face, I'd be like, oh, okay, good. Good. Deepwater says, love it. Yeah, it's fun. All right, so it generates a text file telling you what the crops in the upper left are. So what we can do is map the back one, the front and the back, so they line up. In other words, the difference between this left and the other one's left, and this top and the other one's top, those deltas, that should be how far away the anchor point is in that other one. So we'll use those when we put those in here. It looks like I double clicked on something. Didn't mean to do that, but okay, no worries. All right, so we'll figure that out. We're gonna work on, do I still have that thing on the clipboard? Let's go to overlays. Let's go to the dice layer. This is where we're doing our animation on sandwiching on the dice. Wait, actually I don't want to do it here. I want to go to the dragon back game. We will do this, we'll be here when we do the portal, but I'm gonna go to the dragon back game. The dragon back game is where we are drawing those in-game creatures, is what we're doing. And I just have to refresh my memory. We wrote this code, I think, last week. And we've got, for each creature that we show, we've got an in-game creature parchment background, and we've got an in-game creature's parchment shadow, which sits on top of it. We also have text. So if I'm going to be fading these in, which is kind of what I want to do, I'm going to have to figure out how to fade in the text as well. So we'll need to have some way for when we draw them. Let's go look at a drawing code for this. It's here. So when we call this in-game creatures parchment background draw, that gets that parchment background, the blue or the kind of red tinted parchments up there. It gets those and draws them. This line draws all of them that are known. That's part of the game engine. So it just draws them all. Now, if they're fading in, we want to be able to get that particular parchment's opacity and then use that for the text that we draw. Where are we drawing that text? Here, my dog's in the background going crazy here. Draw in-game creature here. This is where we're putting that text in. And this is where we want to get that. So we're going to have some kind of mapping here on this. And, wait. These are my in-game creatures. What's going on with that? That's an array of in-game creatures. I'm thinking about whether to solve this. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to solve this with a tag, some sort of identifier on it? And I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Let's go see when we add these in here. When are we adding them? Here we go. So we're going through the in-game creatures. This is where we're adding them. So here's where I'd want to maybe throw the index as the tag in there. And just make sure that that will always stay in sync. And I think it will. In other words, I don't think we have a way of adding these without having this here. That's what I think. All right, so do I have a data? I don't. I thought I had like some sort. Do I have a tag? Nope. Do I have an object? Nope. Well, it's TypeScript, so I can just add my own property, I suppose. But I can also add it too. The other thing actually that's occurring to me, no, is that true or that's not true? Is it? Yeah, I was going to say the indexes will match the same order, but I don't think they will. They won't. So I think I want to do this. Data equals this in-game creature. Like that. That's what I think I want to do. Oops, hold on. No. Not there. Not there. That's the sprites. Here. I might have a data property here. Do I have data here? I do. Cool. So that's that anything right there. I can attach anything to it. So I'm going to just stick the in-game creature and attach it right to it I'm going to do the same thing. Do I want to do the same thing for the shadow? I don't think I need to. I just need to get the background. Yeah, because I just need to get from the, I need to be able to go out and find this piece and get it from the background. I think I can do that. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to do that right there. I'm going to need that later for drawing the text. So we'll write that code now, work on that later. Okay, so let's work on getting that animation. Let's go find, here's the dragon back game. These are some of the sprites that we're using here. I want to create a new animation for the scroll up here, which is right there. And that's the folder that it is in. Right there. Let's go see what we got here. We grab our in-game creature's parchment background. Let's duplicate this, and we're going to call this our in-game creature appear animation. Like that. And we're going to come down here, and it's going to be in-game creatures, and then scroll appear, and then scroll appear. So that's the folder, and this is the file name. The number of, it's got 115 frames of animation. So say 115, it's coming in at 30 frames a second. And its animation style is sequential, like that. So it's just gonna play through it once. Ooh, it's, I think OpenGL is kind of really underlying, but the whole engine, we're basically just doing canvas drawing calls, is what we're doing, Glenn. And the whole engine we wrote ourselves. So the sprite engine this is what's allowing all the coins around the screen to just spin. It's one animation that's, a set of resources built once, and we use the flyweight design pattern to create the instances of objects that don't need animation, for as many coins as we need, and it just uses that heavy weight of the images in one instance and draws it at all those other locations. So that's what's going on there. Okay. All right, so we've got our scroll appear animation. That's coming in here. I'll call this the scroll appear animation, scroll appear animation, like that. All right, so we've got that. Now, we draw the background, we draw the target, and then we're gonna, on top of that, we're gonna draw this. Let's just copy this. We're gonna draw the in-game scroll appear animation. And that's gonna be our sequence, our ordering right there. Next, we need to, because it's sequential, it'll get to the end, and it'll just clean itself up automatically. So it'll remove itself. But we do need to add it. And I'm pretty sure we need to add it here. And am I going to shift it? I think I will need to. Yeah, we're going to shift the hue of it. We're going to get, so we got X, we need to put it at X, this, let me grab all of these right here. And the frame index is going to be 0. The hue shift is here. We're going to call this the scroll smoke hue shift. Like that. Saturation can continue to be, oh no, saturation is going to be modified. Okay, and then down here I wanted to set this equal to 0, but then I want to check to see, hey, if this is an enemy, Then I want to set that equal to, oh, if it's not an enemy, rather. Sorry, the smoke is kind of pink and the same color as that. So I want to go move it over to make it closer to that blue, which means that hue shift is probably going to be about a 210 is what that's going to do. Okay. The king has come. He's here, kids. Whoa. Look out. This code is good. Coding Gorilla, kids. Glad you're here, Coding Gorilla. That always scares me a little bit when you come in. I'm like, ah, like that. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to add shifted, and so we're going to shift its hue, or not. We're going to keep it pink if it's an enemy, but if it's blue, we're going to shift it. Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. And so we've added it, and I think that's all we might need to do. Let's try refresh and see if it works or not. Dragging back overlay, refresh. So I'm doing it, we're testing it live on the stream. And let's initialize the player data. Actually, I don't even think I need to initialize player data. I think I can just test immediately. Let's see if I can do that. Let's show number 1. Okay, well, it's definitely not working. Oh, I think I may know why. I may have an idea. Hold on. Green creatures. Hold on a second. I have not set the properties that I'm expecting. Oh, if I don't set the properties, it's going to be in the top left. So we could still see it though. Did I get the name or the path wrong? Let's just double check to make sure that's not, because we could have an error in here. Scroll up here. That all looks good to me. So that part looks good. Well, let's do this. Let's open it up in a browser so we can look at console log. Maybe there's an error here that we're missing. And maybe and actually before I do that, let's just go ahead and initialize player data. Give it one more test. I thought we would be able to see this for sure. I think there must be an error. Yeah, we're not seeing it. I'm totally expecting to see that animation playing right there. Okay. I'm also, okay. Where is it? Right here is the, yeah, it's going to be off a little bit. We're going to need to modify it, but we should absolutely see it. Okay, so let's open it up in a browser. See what we got inside there. Just going to type in, this is the back game, so this is just localhost right there. I wonder, let's see. Didn't like it. Wait, what? Oh, I know what my problem is. It's the engine. There's an additional parameter that says pad file index, and we need to set it to true. Those are coming from, because these all have multiple zeros on it. Okay, refresh. We got past that. Okay, I think we might have a fix here. Let's try it again here. Properties, refresh. And now let's try it now. There we go. Okay, not too bad. Turn it off, turn it back on. So it's cool. Don't worry, we're gonna make this look really good. It's a little too green. So we need to do the hue shifting to about 230. Let's change it to 230. And we'll take a look at that. We'll also need, I want to move this, we can set the anchor point of this thing. And so we're going to say, we call it the, what is it? The origin X. And so the origin X is, it needs to move over a little bit. And I'd say it's about, well, actually, you know what we can do is we can look at it here. I'm looking for when it gets in kind of that squarish rectangular shape. So this shape right here, this is where I want that origin right up in there. So I'll just move the mouse right about there because that's going to line up with the scroll in the same way. And I'm going to say that looks like about 90 and 3. So X is 90 and Y is 3. And let's try that. Let's give that a refresh. Here's the refresh. Here's the appear. Not bad. Oh, look at that though. If it's already there, so that's interesting. So I'm not doing a delta kind of thing. I'm like doing an all-in-one thing. So when I hit a button on my Stream Deck, I'm setting an absolute list of those things that must be there. And it's saying, okay, let's run the appearance animation for them. The problem is that if it's already there, I get that extra, right? If I say show all friends, for example. Also, we need to move that over a little bit too. We need to move it over, what is that? That looks about 30 pixels maybe. So change this to about 120. Let's, and how's the color look on the blues? Color is, it's too bright. Yeah, I think we still need to shift it more. Let's try 250. All right, refresh that. That's better. And let's get that. So we were 90, we went to 120. How's it looking now? It's not, it's maybe in the middle of those two, maybe 105. Let's refresh that. There's the refresh. All right, better. I'll fix the absolute versus delta thing in a second. But I'm okay with the colors on that. And when we bring up like the enemies, the colors, I'm okay with the colors. All right. Next we need to fade that in. So we'll still be working with absolutes. We're still going to see that happen. But I want to fade in the scroll in the background so we see the smoke and then that. We'll fix the absolute problem last, I think, when we work on this this section in the code, in the show. Okay. So to take care of that, actually, I want to open up Adobe Premiere. Premiere Pro. And because I have a mock-up that I made for this last night. And I think it's here, this folder. Let me just get this on the right monitor. Here it is, right here. So that's kind of what I built right there. And let me move this whole thing up onto the top monitor here so you can see it. We'll take this and we'll dock it up here. And go to my project. I want a different scroll up here. This is what I want. So this has got the final effects on it. So this is what's going on here. let's turn these on down here so you can see what's going on. So here, we don't start fading in the parchment till we're at 1 second and 21 frames in. And we fade it in for that much time. So that's what's going on there. Here, let's make this fit so you can see what the whole thing. Okay, so what I want to do, 1.21/30 of a second. I need to do some math here. So 21 divided by 30 is equal to 0.7. So it's 1.7 seconds in, we want it to start its life. So that means over here, when we create this, all right, we're going to need to take this, which I don't like anyway. It's a little dirty kind of trick here. We're going to take this. We're going to declare a new sprite proxy for here. We're going to call this parchment. So we're going to set that equal to this. And then we're going to come in and say, hey, look, parchment.data is equal to in-game creatures. Okay, we got that line. We're good with that. Let me make this const, actually. Then we want to say parchment dot, what is it, start time? Delay start. Okay, that's what we want to do. So we say delay start equals 1700. Cool. And then down here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say parchment shadow. And we're going to say you've got a delay start as well of 1700, 1.7 seconds. If we just do that, we should just see them appear. Let's at about that time. So let's try that. We're going to refresh it. Hit the button. Okay, well, let's look at it again. Seems way too long. Why is that? All right, let's cut it in half. We'll just I said cut it in half. We'll try 700 and see how that works. Refresh. Yeah, I think that might work. Boom. Boom. Okay. Next, we want to say the fade in time. Let's go see what we've got over here. Fade in time goes from 21 to 6 after, so it's about 27, almost a second. So let's set that. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, let's refresh it. There's the refresh. Use the button. Better, better, better. Okay. Getting better. Yeah. Some sound might be useful there too. But the cool thing about this is the Dungeon Master will be able to hit a button and it'll fade in. All right, let's take care of the text. Let's see if we can get that text to respect the same alpha blending. So with the in-game creatures parchment background, we are storing ourselves, the creature, in the data, which means when we draw the in-game creature here, we should be able to figure out, get the alpha from that. So I think I want some code here that looks like this. Alpha equals this dot get alpha for creature. And I'm going to pass in-game creatures of I there. That's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to pass in alpha down here. So draw in-game creature is there, only called from that one location. So we're going to now add a new variable here called alpha. And let's add it here. And then let's declare this. It's so weird that declare puts it afterwards because you get, am I going to get a problem here? Oh, I'm not, because it's a this. Okay. All right. Before we were seeing problems where the lint would, ESLint would suggest that it's was referenced before it was found, and it was we wanted to move those things up. We were seeing that over in the die roller, which is not, it does not have a class inside of it. So it has a bunch of global functions. Yeah, okay, I'm working on these things. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go through all the sprites here. That's what we want to do. Sorry, I wanted to do this right here, that. So I want to go through every sprite in here that we know about. And then I want to say, hey, is that sprite.data equal to in-game creature? And if the answer is yes on that, then I want to say return. And then there's like a get alpha call. And then now, I guess I'm just going to type in PFN for performance now. And then otherwise, we're going to return 1. So the alpha, I think that's going to maybe do it. So now that we've got that, we then need to use it in here. So here's the alpha. And I think it might be like this. I think it might be as simple as just changing the alpha for the context, the global alpha, and we're done. So I'll put this in a try finally block here. Whoops. Let's do this. TF. And paste that down in there. And then down here, we're going to say context dot global alpha is equal to 1. I could do context save and restore. But since I know what I'm changing and it's only this, I think I'm just going to do this. And I know that I always by default want to have a global alpha 1. C-Films! C-Films! How you doing, buddy? Okay, wait. I just hit run. That's not what I meant to do. Let me cancel that build. Hopefully that didn't cause any problems elsewhere. All right, back over here to the stream. We're going to refresh. And we're going to see if that worked. Refresh. There it is. And now go. Okay, everything but the images. The text is fading. Oh, no, wait, is it? Or not? Text does not look like it's fading in. I can't quite tell. It is not working. Could it be? Game index. That could be the problem. Right there. Okay, let's fix that. Let's pass the alpha in to draw in-game index as well. I think there's only one call to that. So put this here. Right there. And do that. There's my alpha there. And now, since it goes from 0 to 1, all I have to do is just multiply it times that. That might fix it. And the headshot, yeah, this was reset to 1, and that's why the headshot was coming in. I think this may all work now. Let's try it again. There's the refresh. Seafilm says, I want to get more into data analysis, data visualization. I'm wondering what tools I should learn. You know, I'm not an expert on this. I'm an expert in data visualization. But I guess it depends on the data. There are things I've heard about that I don't have experience with, but I've heard about them that, you know, so take these answers with a giant grain of salt. MATLAB, R, it's a library for mathematics and I think for data visualization as well. Should I learn D3.js or Python? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't have enough expertise to give you an answer, or flat out don't. If someone in the chat room can help, but I do not know. All right, so we have refreshed. Is that right? Did we refresh? Doesn't look like any change. Let me double check and do a refresh here. No, still. Oh, wait. No, it does. Oh, I know what's going on. The get alpha is returning 1 if the creature hasn't appeared yet. See what's happening? It's 1 and then it starts to fade in. We need to check to see what. So get alpha. Yeah, I think it works today. Looks like it's working. Glenn Stevens says Python has more capabilities in library for the space you are looking for. Jetsam. All right. All right. If seconds alive is now minus the time we start. If we haven't started yet, I want to say, look, I want to add some code here. I want to say, look, and this is like, I'm a little wary because we're in the middle of our engine that, you know, we've worked on and works really well for everything. So we're talking about making a functional difference here. But I want to say if this is less than 0, then I think I want to return 0. Not yet alive. That's what I think I want to do. I'm not sure if that's going to functionally, you know, modify things anywhere else, but let's use const here as it's suggesting. Let's try refresh and see what happens. All right. There you go. Not bad. It looks way better than just before when it was just going pop, 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 pop. Now when I get rid of something, okay, we got it to change it so it only does the deltas. That's what we need. I need to figure that out. But this part does look good, right? If we clear all of them and we say, okay, let's show just the friends. Yeah, it feels good. It feels nice. Clear all of them. We say show all the enemies. Show the enemies. Nice, nice, nice. Seafilm says, I have a relational database that's currently tied to a website using PHP and SQL. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, it's feeling good to me. All right, maybe let's do the clear all effect and then we'll worry about the deltas. haven't quite figured out how we're going to do the deltas yet. I've got scroll appear here. I've got another animation called scroll disappear. So that's going to look a lot like the one we just did. Berserker5653 asks, what are we working on? Welcome, Berserker. We're doing animation, two-dimensional animation inside of TypeScript is what we're doing. So we just got these animations to work right here as it will make these things appear on screen. So that's what's going on there. And this is for a Dungeons and Dragons game where we have different characters, and some are enemies and some are friends, and these are the NPCs and the monsters in the game. And so their stats are going to show up here. And we're just setting up the animations for when they appear. And I also want to get movement as well. And with the movement, I want to get it to ease in and ease out of its location. So it's got acceleration and deceleration. So that's kind of what I'm working on today. It's kind of a light, easy day here. I'm not going to be stressing too much about the code. I'm going to try and stick to only things that are have known likely outcomes. I say that. And then Monday we'll get back into the thick of it. Or not Monday, Tuesday we'll get back into the thick of it with the stuff we were working on yesterday. Finishing that up, I think. Okay, this is my scroll disappear animation. To make a scroll disappear, that's actually tricky. Because we still need to do a couple things. We need to say, I want to get rid of you. But we have to keep it alive because we still need to draw the text in the picture while it's fading out. It's a little tricky. Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Glenn Stevens says, you probably want to look for a good PHP chart library. PHP is not my language, but I'm sure there are open source and commercial options for it. Maybe we'll look in JavaScript libraries like chart.js. Interesting. Glenn, I just saw your face. I think I remember you, man. Had the contrast reduced in the picture I was looking at, but I think I remember you. Glad you're with us. Okay. So it gets more complex. Because we need to clean up. Wait. So when we call set, we've got all our in-game creatures here. We reinitialize and clear it. It's just this hard-coded reset right there. You think so? Yeah. When you say that, I don't know about me. If qualifying as that, I'm definitely a little bit more crazy than funny. I think we'll see what happens. But Scott Hanselman is marvelously, meticulously funny. That guy is really, really good at what he does. He never fails to impress me. Whenever I've seen him speak, the guy has a precision with the way he delivers comedy, and even with the way he creates it and invents it. I think he does a really, really good job. I'm a huge fan of his work. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like the Tasmanian devil, whereas Scott Hanselman is like a master level ninja coming in from out of nowhere. Master level ninja surgeon. That's Scott Hanselman. With regard to comedy and with so much of the things in his life too. Okay. Yeah, by the way, there are not many people that I kind of will gush over. Kids, if you think, oh, geez, Mark is just sucking up to Scott. Because, like, Scott maybe borrowed his lawnmower and Mark wants it back. Well, it's true, he has my lawnmower and I want it back. But I am not sucking up to Scott for that reason. Do stand-up as well as development, not the two together. Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, no, that is... yeah, so I have done that. Karen, my wife, has done stand-up actually a lot more than me. She's really brilliantly funny as well, or brilliantly funny. I wasn't going to say as well as me, but as well as people we're talking about. She's very funny. I need to figure this out. So right now I've got a list of in-game creatures that starts and stops in response to a push button. So if I hit the number 3 here on my Stream Deck, it's alive and well. And if I hit the number 3 again, it's immediately gone. But the problem is for the fade out, I need it to stay alive until it's done, and then I need to take it out. So I need a way of modifying my list of in-game creatures after an animation is completed, or a certain amount of time has passed. Do I have... Ooh, wouldn't this be sweet if I was smart enough to build into the engine an event? Oh, it doesn't look like I have an event. No, wait. On cycle callback. I think on cycle callback is what I may want. That means we've gone through one full cycle, and I think it's called even if we end. What are we calling it? Wait, it's not this one. That's not the one I want to hook into. It's a different one. We might be able to solve it that way, where at the end of it... Actually, let me just do tab index reference on this. I want to see when this thing is called. Okay, there's our cycle callbacks. Cycled. If endbounds is not equal to 0. If frame index is greater than or equal to endbounds. So endbounds. What's endbounds going to be set to? Advanced frame, whatever it calls endbounds. What's endbounds? Start index plus segment size. No. Shoot, undefined otherwise. Okay, so segments are another thing the animation engine supports, where I can just be inside one place looping out of a whole sequence of frames and then maybe advance to another. The drones use that. All right, so undefined is coming in for endbounds, which means gosh, is there any... I don't have a on animation complete kind of event. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. File name's not used. Interesting. We are passing it in though. That's interesting. Or your patterns champion. How about a chain of responsibility for the series of actions? I am not sure what you mean by that, Glenn Stevens. A series of actions. I'm not sure what our context is on this. Kalex123P is out there. Hey there. Welcome. All right, let's jump back. So advanced frame's not going to solve it for us. I think it's not going to solve it for us. Frame index is accelerated right here. That's if not reverse else. Frame index is less or equal to 0. We're going to call that cycled. We are actually calling cycled, it looks like, when we get to the end. So maybe onCycled is going to help us. All right, I'm going to jump back and jump back, jump back, jump back, jump back. There we are, dragging back game. Okay, so I think an add to onCycled callback may help us. We don't want it here, but we want it in another place. So we've got a command that comes by now that's called set. I think I want to add a couple more commands. Remove and add is what I want to do. So we can work with deltas. This is my set. My set just flat out does all of those things. And it resets all of these as well. These are the sprites. Then we go through all the in-game creatures and we add them. I think I want to extract this. And I want to call it add in-game creature, like that. Wait, what am I doing with I? That's a little nervous to me. All right, let's change this to an in-game creature. Okay, so add in-game creature. You know what, frame index, this could go down in here too. Kill frame index. Looks like a dope project, says KLX123. Well, you know what, I haven't really given it a proper demo. Let me cast a spell here. It's also for playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt, level 4. Here, hold on a second. Let me bring up. Here we go. There's level 4 right there. And cast a spell. There it is right there. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, if you like people having fun, laughing, go give us a follow there at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. That is the show that all of this works on a regular basis. We're up every Wednesday and Sunday at the times you see there in the chat room. Okay, in-game creature here. That's Hypus. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we've got a lot of effects here. I'll show you one of the ones I really like. Miles has got a new spell called Darkness. And hold on a second. You go Miles, Darkness, right there. And when he casts Darkness, it looks like this. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Should restore back, go back to the player's view there. There we go. Yeah, anyway, that's a little bit about what we've done here. We've got an engine for Dungeons and Dragons, and including rolling the dice, figuring out what to do with saving throws, all of that kind of thing. And we've got the special effects, and it's all for the stream. So we built all this on this show, Code Rushed, and it's for the stream out at at twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. It's kind of fun. Let's hide the scroll and get back in here. So add the in-game creature is here, and yeah, so I think we're good there. Now we have to support changes as well. At least add and remove, and there's also a change state. The change state is like, for example, an enemy can become a friend or an ally, and an ally can become an enemy, depending on what happens. All right, so we've got add in-game creature. This piece up here has been refactored. Set in-game creature does this. So we've got some hard resetting of the data. We're just blasting away all the sprites and then adding them based on what we find. I think we got to work on the next set of commands. So we're going to have else if command is equal to remove. Then we're going to call remove in-game creatures. And if command is equal to add, and let's use the simpler quotes here. They're both easier to read and easier to type. No shift key required. And this one's going to be add in-game creatures. Okay, let's declare those. And what just happened there? Did I... Hold on. I think I chose the wrong thing. Declare method. That's what I want. Okay, I chose the wrong one. No, I don't want to change spelling. I want to declare it. Okay. Hold on just 1 second, kids. I anticipate I'll be back in just a minute. Okay. Back. All right. Got some workers in here. Going to be working in one of the rooms nearby. Okay. Got some weird syntax highlighting going on down here. All right, so now what I think we need to do, it is fair to say that the in-game parchment shadow sprites and the in-game parchment background sprites will always be in sync. In other words, the index of one will always match the index of the other because we're always adding them together. That's what's happening. Calix says, all right, man, gonna go make some lunch. I'll stop in again sometime. All right, Calix. Yeah, welcome to stop in anytime. Okay, so because those are in sync, we can just find one, and if we find the index of one, we'll be able to know the index of the other. So what I think I want to do, I have the get alpha for creature. I kind of want something that says get sprite for creature. And it's going to return a sprite proxy like that. And if the data is the same, then I want to return that. Otherwise, I'm going to return null like that. That's what I want. And then down here, I want to use that. I want to say get sprite for creature, in-game creature. Creature sprite. Equal to that. And then we want to say, hey, if there's a creature sprite, it's going to want me to change this to constant. If there's a creature sprite, then I want to say this line of code right here, return creature sprite dot get alpha performance now. This needs a this in front of it. Okay, so that's cleaning up this code a little bit. So we have the, this one logic only in one place instead of copying it in two different places. All right, get sprite for creature now. So to remove, we're going to need to get the sprite for each one of those. That's what we're going to need to do. And we're going to need to fade it out. We're going to say you're expiring now to fade it out. And we're going to need to start our fade out animation as well. And we don't move anything till the animation is done. Okay, so we want a loop that goes through these in-game creatures. Just grab that code right there. That's going to give me my in-game creature right there. Oh, wait. Creatures. Oh, we're adding it here. We have a small problem, I think, in that what's happening, if you look at this bit of code here, which I copied from above here, let's comment this out for a second. Let's go up and we'll take a look at that code in the add. So here's the add. The problem looks like I'm going to have it here. So this is a list of DTO kind of objects we've grabbed from JSON. Then I create a new separate instance called new in-game creature. And I push it into this in-game creatures list. Okay. The question is, how can I find it? I guess I can find it by the ID, because each in-game creature has a unique ID. This will be the same DTO coming in, but it'll have the right data. So I want to say, all right, let's do this. I want to say, index no, I want to make a call here. I want to say this dot get in-game creature creature by index, and I want to pass in this index. And I want to say because I need to get the actual reference we have down below, because that's the one that I set the data to. At least I should have set the data to that. Yep, see, I'm using this one here. Yeah, my apologies if this is a little bit confusing. Just again, to reiterate, this is not the same as the thing that we're adding here. We're going to create a new one down here. And the reason we're doing that is that the one down here could have some methods in it that we may add later. Does it have any? Looks like it does not. But if it were to have any methods, we would want to use that one. Also, for the purposes of matching, it might be needed as well. Although we're matching on index, so maybe not so bad. But we're going to say, okay, so we're going to say in-game creature, set that equal to that. That's going to help us find it. All right, so now let's declare this. And now we're going to I needs to be less than this dot in-game creatures dot length, and then we're going to say if that of I equals index. If it equals index, then I want to say let's return it. Like that. And then down here we're going to return null. Whoops. Return null. Like that. And this should be dot index. Okay. That looks good. So remove in-game creatures. We're going to go through all the list of creatures to remove. If we find it, we're taking it out. And so we need to take it out. Well, the first thing we need to do is add an animation to do the you're going to disappear. So we need to add an animation, which means we need to bring that animation in. Let's jump up to this. Now we're going to create a in-game scroll disappear animation. And let's grab, let's take this, move it down here. And let's select all that and duplicate that block. And scroll disappear, scroll disappear. I'm not sure how many frames it's got. It's got, whoa, 217. Okay. That's me being a little crazy. 217. Is that right? Yeah, 217. 217 frames of animation. Why? Because you're worth it. We need to find that X and Y, that X position there. Let's open this up. I'm going to say, as my initial guess, 49 and 2. Let's try that. 49 and 2. All right, so now we need to add an element to that. So we're going to come down here and we're going to say in-game scroll disappear animation dot add shifted. We need to actually figure out the hue shift just like we did before up here. And I feel like this is an extract to method. Get creature hue shift. There. Excellent. Creature smoke hue shift. Cool. So we've got the smoke hue shift. The X is going to be hold on, we need to get the sprite proxy as well for the parchment. This dot get creature, get in creature by index. Is that right? Is that right? No, it's not. That's down below. What is it? I can drill it. I can find it if I get to the, it's the one we called from the alpha. Let's go jump in there. What did I use? Get sprite for creature. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So now we've got the sprite. And we want to use the sprite's X position. That's what we want to, so we would put it in the same spot. So it overlays it. The Y, we'll use the sprite's Y position as well. The starting frame index is going to be 0, and the hue shift is going to be the scroll smoke hue shift. And we want to, oops, hold on. QSV gets me a constant. I'm going to call this disappear animation. Set it equal to that. Then we're going to say, hey, disappear animation dot add on cycle callback. We're going to say this dot animation and say creature scroll animation cycled like that. And I think we're going to have to do a bind of this. That's what I think we're going to have to do. And let's go look for the other ones. Look at some example code. Yeah, there's the bind of this. And it's got to look like that. Okay, so let's come back to where we were. Like that. And we're going to call this creature scroll animation cycle. That's going to be the disappear animation. Disappear animation. And at this point, it's okay to remove it. The text drawing, I think, is going to fade out automatically because the get alpha call is used, and that should, as it fades out, that should work. We need to, the in-game sprite, wait, the creature sprite, hold on, get sprite for creature. I'm going to call this get parchment sprite for creature. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I said I only needed to do this with one of these, but I'm going to set data for both. It's going to leave some headaches here. So say parchment shadow dot data is equal to in-game creature as well. And so we'll be able to get that shadow as well, because we need to tell the shadow to stop. Really? You're taking over my screen now? Why would you do that? Oh, the corner of your door. Corner is so wonderful. Pudding. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's Friday already. The world is burning, and it's Friday already. Okay. See if I can stay focused just to get to the end of this. All right, so there's my parchment shadow. I want to add another method similar to the one we had before. We just saw get parchment sprite for a creature. I want to duplicate this and create a method called get parchment shadow sprite for creature. We go through those, and I think that's the only change. So get parchment shadow sprite for creature. So then we can get both of those safely. Like that. Now that I have both the sprites, I can say fade out time. I'm going to estimate it to be about 800. And I'm going to say dot expiration date equals performance now plus creature sprite dot fade out time. I think that might work. I think I might also have a chance of like just a fade out now kind of method. I think I want to create a fade out now. What was super late? Are you saying your fanfare came in super late? I thought it was like immediately, but... Guys, imagine not wanting it to be Friday. Are you guys talking about me? I'm fine with it being Friday. All right, I think I want to add a new method to Sprite called fade out now. And I want to pass it 800. Let's go declare that. This is my new fade out now method. See, that works. So we're just going to say fade out now, and then we're going to do the same thing with shadow sprite. There you go. Right there. Shadow sprite, fade out now. Actually, I may not want to fade them out now. That's fade out now. I think I want to actually have fade out in. And I want to say time to fade out, we'll just say it's 800 as well. And so fade out in is going to take a time in milliseconds, like that. Let's clear it. No, no, no. I hate how they suggest that one first. All right, fade out in. And I really kind of want to put this here. And the expiration type, so we can make that second one, that other parameter optional. The fade out time in milliseconds is going to be the expiration date, performance now, plus that. And I think that'll work. And so fade out now is going to call fade out in 0, comma, fade out time. This time. I think that's going to work. So kind of cool. We're enhancing the engine a little bit just to make this code out here easier to read. So we're going to fade out in this time to fade out. We call this delay before fade out. Fade out like that. Okay, so both of those are going to fade out at some point. So we'll be adjusting these numbers. And you've added the cycle callback here. I'm not going to do anything with this yet. Let's just test this and see how this looks, how this works. Properties, refresh. All right, go into the stream deck. There's the fade in. Okay, we need to send the remove call from up above. So let's switch over to the C# solution. And see, I think I want to go to the Hubtastic base station. Silicon Orchid raid inbound. Oh no! Defend, kids! Defend! Update in-game creatures. Layla codes it. Raiding with a party of 58. Holy cow, Layla codes it. Thanks for that raid. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. Copperbeard is here. Well, you get to see my great acting, kids.
Copperbeardy is in the house.
I went to Mark Miller School of Acting. I'm Mark Miller, by the way. And we're glad you're here. Also went to the Mark Miller School of Dance, by the way. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. We're working on some Dungeons and Dragons, special effects, game engine, logic, all of this in TypeScript and in C#. Let me give you a little taste of what we're working on and what we've done, and then I'll show you where what we're working on today. Let me just hit this initialize player button right here, and when that's done, I'm going to hit a couple buttons over here and you'll be able to see it. So we're building Dungeons and Dragons rules engine, an expression evaluator. We've got a code editor that we built in C#, and we've using a couple things. We're using some other stuff out here, but we've added tooling for this, including tooltips, that sort of thing. And it's all for another show out there on Twitch. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, you can go follow us over there. It's called Dragon Humpers. It's comedy dragons, Dungeons and Dragons. And I'll show you a little bit about what it's like. So we've got the different player scrolls up here. So like you can go to Fred. He's one of the players out here, and Fred can say hi. Fred's actually a digital puppet right over there. You can say hi over there. Party. I already said that. Oh yeah, we just did that. Pudding. We just did a party. We just did it. Fred, you good? Fred says he's good. Got any plans for this weekend, Fred? Looks like he's got plans. Clearly doesn't want to divulge any of those things. Anyway, Fred, you're the man. Well, you're the man, Fred. All right. See if you broke it. Didn't know it did. It did. Party worked, but Mr. Announcer Guy won't let you do it so soon. You need to say it. It's checking to see where everything is. Mr. Announcer Guy. That's what's going on. Cody Rose says, "Am I the only one that's having a lot of stream stalls and audio problems?" Boy, I hope you are. I guess. I'm sad that you're having those problems. Getting them as well. I thought it was on my side. Well, let's see. I've got an upload speed of 3,000 kilobits per second right now. Over 2,000. Should be going good. What do I have running right now? You know what? Let me throw out Adobe Premiere. Sometimes it's been known to take up a lot of stuff. See if that helps at all. Yeah, everything here is looking good on my machine. All right, let me show you some of the stuff we've got here. Fred can throw out his great axe, for example. Just do one of those two. There we go. Here goes. Let's give him advantage and roll these axe. I'm just hitting buttons on the stream deck right now. And so Fred's dice come out. He's got advantage, so the one will go away.
Oh, and look at all that damage.
Dice is slashing. You can see from the dice damage right there, for example, like that. Miles. Miles has got a spell called Frostbite. He's got a spell called Ice Knife. Let's do Ice Knife instead. So you can see the spell effect, the description of the spell is there. Let's run it out at level 3, and we'll roll it. And so the ice trail is there. All of these special effects we've built on screen. You've got cold damage, you've got damage. That's the Ice Knife spell effect. Layla Code just says you're getting it delayed. True knows it has a huge offset with real events. That is not good. Wonderful. If there's any suggestions you have for changes I can make while streaming live, go ahead and give them to me. I thought we were streaming with latency real time being the preferred way to go. Anyway, while you guys think about that, if you have suggestions, let me know. I will demonstrate like one more spell. Out here, I've got I got a couple actually. We'll throw Chaos Bolt at you. One of my favorites. Good time. You get to choose the damage type, whether it's psychic or poison, that sort of thing. So the rules of Dungeons and Dragons built into the engine, and the special effects all there to support it. Something like that says, yep, confirming stream maybe about 1 minute behind real time. Lots of stalls. Oh no. It's worth it for Mark's amazing visuals though, laughing out loud. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we do focus on getting the visuals right. Everything here is like, yeah, everything's done for the most part from scratch here. But yeah, hope you stay. And normally we don't have this delay. I'm not sure what it is today. But we're dealing with that. The thing we're working on today is our NPCs and showing them up at the top here. So if I say show friends, here they come on. We just built that animation for them coming in. And if we hide them as well, now we're about to test hiding, I think, for the first time. Is that right? No, we're not. You need to call remove is what we need to do. Hold on. Update in-game creatures. Toggle target. Let's call it toggle target. Okay. You think it's Twitch not playing nicely? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at, it's definitely over 2,000. I'm at 3,400 kilobits per second, 4,800, 6,500 kilobits per second upload. 6,000 kilobits per second. 7,000 kilobits per second. So it seems reasonable. Seems like it should be able to support real time there. Okay, so we're gonna need to change this. The toggle target, we need to make this figure out if it's a getting selected or not selected kind of thing is what we need to do. So I'm gonna set a breakpoint here, and I'm gonna hit the button to toggle Druvar number 7. So I'm gonna hit number 7. Didn't even get to my breakpoint. Why is that? Oh, toggle in-game creature. That's where I want my breakpoint. Let's do it again. 7. There's my breakpoint. Let's run it to make him appear. And now what I want to do is, Silicon Orchid says low latency is default option nowadays. I don't reckon you can do anything other than kick it up and down, maybe. Yeah, maybe I can try that. Let's see if we can find the settings for that. Excuse me. Stream probably? No. Output? Low latency quality. I could do low latency. What's low latency performance? All right, let's try low latency performance, see what happens. All right, just switched it. Looks like I can switch it while I'm streaming live. See what happens. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, I'm gonna toggle him. This looks really awesome. Yeah, well, we're trying, right? If you try every day to make something awesome, you never know. It might work out. All right, I'm gonna hit the number 7 on my stream deck, so I can get rid of Druvar right there. And we want to see if we can make his animation appear. I just hit it. Why didn't I hit my breakpoint? Because his animation disappeared, sorry. Toggle in-game creature. Oh, look at that, my stream deck's not responding. Hold on. Gonna close my stream deck down. Gonna restart it. See if that fixes it. I'm getting error messages when I click it. Nope, that means I've got to kill it from here. End the task there. Now I'm gonna try starting it up. Where are you, stream deck? There you are. Let's go into the NPCs again. 7. There's our breakpoint. Okay, cool. So we're in the breakpoint now. And so right now we just had some simple code that said, hey, if we're selected, then we go to not selected, we update the in-game creatures. What we were doing is we were saying, here's our absolute set of settings. What we want to change is we want to say, here's what our delta is, rather. So what we need to do is we need to say, hey, look, if in-game creature is selected, meaning it's on screen, then we want to do this. We want to say in-game creature select is equal to false. And instead of calling update in-game creatures, we want to come out and say remove in-game creature is what we want to do. Remove in-game creature. Like that. And we want to pass it in. And then otherwise down here, we want to say set it equal to true. And then we want to say add in-game creature. like that. Let's declare both of these. I have a declare method button I want to train myself on. There it is right there. And then do the same here. And hold on 1 second. All right, just checking. I noticed the power went off for a second. It came back on. And then we want to not call update in-game creatures, but I do want to go down and see the code there because I want to get that. And then I want to come back up here and I want to make the appropriate call. So this is going to be add, and the other one is going to be remove. So that'll remove it. And instead of doing this, I want to essentially create a new list. So can I do this new list of in-game creatures? Can I do this to initialize it with just one value? I'm trying to remember the syntax for this in C#. Is that it? I'm not seeing any squiggly lines. Okay. I think that's going to work. All right, so let's go ahead and step through it and see what happens here. So there we go. It is selected, so we're now going to deselect it. Remove in-game creature. Oh shoot, I just hit F10 over it. But I think that I was going to step into it. Let's go ahead and continue to let it run. Ooh, look! It started to work. We've got an alpha problem there with the text. Let's bring it back in again. Now we don't have an add command down below. So we're going to need to add that add command inside of here. It's going to be add in-game creature. And I need to also, Layla Codes It, off to make dinner. Have a great stream. Cheerio, peeps. Thanks so much, Layla Codes It. Appreciate it. Appreciate the raid. And language, did I say something bad? I don't think I did. What's in the sky? He's working in C# at the moment with some TypeScript. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, I misinterpreted your language as language. Watch your language, sir. Yeah, I'm working in C# and now I'm in TypeScript. So that's what's going on there. Wings in the sky. So I've got remove, add in-game creature is doing nothing right now. So we can add, the problem with adding is we need to get everybody in the right place. And I'm not gonna be able to solve that today because we've got to shift and move, and I want to have ease in and ease out on that as well. Let's kind of insert and have people adjust so that everybody's, you know, showing in the right spots. But what I will do, let's see here. Add in-game creature, takes that, and an X position. I could just call this like that. You know what, before I do that though, I want to make Shanti, I want to make rather River disappear, number 6. I'm going to hit number 6 here, and let's watch it, see what happens. Interesting, we did not see a fade out. I'll hit number 4 now. No fade out. So what does that mean? Remove in-game creatures. So this code that we just wrote is apparently not working. Also, our you know what, our disappear animation, I know why we're not seeing this. Let's get the disappear animation going so we at least see that. All right, let's refresh it. Hit number 7. Try again, hit number 7. Not adding it. Show all. That works. Clear all. Number 7 does not add it. So our add call, all right, because we're calling add directly. Let's show friends. Does that work? Show friends will work. So let's hit 7 now then. Get rid of it. Okay, cool. So we did get the animations are going away is playing on top of it in the right spot. So at least that's working. 6, we'll do the same thing. What's wrong? Is my fade out? I think there's a problem in fade out in. All right, let's go look at that. Fade out in. Okay, if my fade out time is greater than 0, then I want to say, I think there's a property on here I need to set. What is it? Fading out. Or no. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's just returning true whether we're fading out right now. Get life remaining. Wow, I don't really know why this isn't working. I don't have any ideas on this right here. Dinner time for me too? All right, Silicon Orchid, enjoy the stream. Thanks so much. Expiration date, performance now, plus time to fade out. Hey, how did you get my pre-beard photo for Druvar? Your pre-beard photo. I don't know. I think it's publicly available out there. Where's my get alpha? Let's go look at get alpha in here. Get alpha. So up here, an animated element. I'm going to time start. It's not having an expiration date. We're setting the expiration date. Get life remaining. Come on, why isn't this working? Yeah, the creature sprite and shadow sprite should both be fading out. That does look, the code does look right to me, so I'm clearly missing something. Let me put a marker here. I just want to look for, the words fade out just in the code. See if I've got a comment somewhere out here. What's wrong? Why didn't I find anything? Really? So that doesn't work there. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, it just seems like we're just setting the fade out time. Yeah, expiration date is equal to now plus fade out time. It's like exactly what we're doing, I think, isn't it? Let's double check that to make sure that's what we're doing. Fade out in. We're saying sprite, which would be now become this dot expiration date is equal to now. Do I have an access to a now? The only thing I'm not sure about is the timing on this. No, I don't have now here. Okay. Fade out time is equal to the fade out time. Expiration date is equal to now plus the fade out time. Yeah. So so this code looks correct. The get alpha is the other place where the problem could be. Look there. I'm wondering, did this line of code kill us? Because this is the one we just added. Is it somehow thinking it doesn't feel like that could be the cause either, though. All right. I think we're now at a point where we're going to be sending console log messages. I was hoping I was going to be able to wrestle my way out of that, but I think we need more data. So to do that, just thinking about how we can get that data out. I'm thinking about adding a log message to a single individual sprite, a log flag, I mean, to a single individual sprite. And if it's set, then that sprite will log out its data. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing here. So I want to say creature sprite.log equals true. Let's declare that. Okay. And then we're going to send some console log messages out here. All right, so we're logging the data, then we want to start sending some stuff out here. We'll start here, and then I think I'm going to throw out the alpha as well. Get that one too. Indent all of these like that. Okay, so that's enter point 1, and then I want to go to get alpha, which is occurring to me. that log field we just added, we're going to need to move that up into animated element, because I want to be able to put some data in here at least. What am I going to do here? Let's say, let's do this. So let's do log data here. Let's get rid of this one over here. Not yet alive. If log data, then live alpha is 0. This will just verify if we broke it here or not. I don't think we did. I'm going to leave that for now. That's what I'm going to do. Let's refresh. Actually, let's go to a browser. Let's refresh it here. Okay, show friends. What's this? This is one of the messages, one of the images associated, couldn't load it. Okay, no worries. Hit the number 7. So what do we got? The expiration date, the fade out time. The fade out time is 1. That's like 1 millisecond. How is the fade out time 1? Looks like the problem is how's fade out time 1? If it's 800 coming in here, oh wait, are we even calling that actually? Or we're not calling fade out now anywhere. All right, we're calling it here. Fade out time MS is definitely not 1. That's 800 going in there. Let's go back and double check that, make sure my brain was reading what I thought I was reading here. Well, that's the problem. If that's a 1, yeah, I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Let's refresh. Show friends. hide Drew bar. What is going on? That's 800. That's clearly greater than 0. What is going on? Am I just not seeing something here? Coming in here, that's 800. If it's greater than or equal to 0, then we set fade out time equal to, oh, there it is. It's, where is this? What is that coming from? Got a global out there? That's worrisome as heck. Holy cow. Where's it used? Draw on the quiz? All right, we're gonna rename this global right now. This code we wrote several years ago when we were first working that up. Okay, that is why. It's definitely something we weren't seeing. So our logic was correct. What we were referencing was not so good. All right, so now with that code in place, let's refresh again. Let's refresh on the stream. I'm going to show all friends. And now I'm going to hit number 7 to hide Drew bar. Fade out. There we go. Okay, but then at the end, it's expired, which means our, is it animated element? Is that what it is? Where were you? It was get alpha, right? There. And drone. So if we're dead, then I think we want to show we want to set return 0 as well, maybe. Get life remaining is going to return a negative number, I assume, from here. Yeah. So I think what I want to do is say, hey, look, if life remaining is equal to 0, then I want to say return 0 as well. That thing is dead. I think we can get rid of that log. Okay, let's try refreshing that. See how we're done. Oops. Okay. Let's show all friends. And let's hide that so it's a little less obnoxious. Let's hide Drew bar, and we should see Drew bar go away. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Interesting. So this get alpha. Sorry, my bad. That's what I meant to say. If it's less than or equal to 0, return 0. All right, one more time to refresh. There's the refresh. Here's show all friends. Here's remove Drew bar. Oh, still. How's get life remaining not returning a negative number here? If we got an expiration date, it should be this expiration date minus now should be a negative number. Oh, I think I know what might be happening. It's not that this is failing. It's that, let's drag it back in here. It's that it's not finding it because the sprite removed itself the background removed itself because it was expired. But we're still drawing it because we haven't cleared it up from here. I think this is what we need to solve. Let's do this right now. Let's do console log here and say, remove the sprite. Let's just do that. Let's come over here to a Chrome instance. Let's refresh here. I'm going to move it down a bit so you can see it, just because we've got the stuff on screen on the stream as well. I'm going to show friends, and now I'm going to remove number 7, and we should see, if we look at the inspection window on that, I'm hoping to see remove the sprite. Oh, we did not see remove the sprite. Oh no, we did. There it is, right there. Cool. There it is. Let's do it with number 6 and see when it shows up. See if it shows up exactly when we expect it to. So I hit the button. Now. That seemed way late. That could have been like a cleanup thing. Let's try it again with number 4. Hitting 4. Yeah, it's way late. Okay. Now let's figure out why we're still drawing everything. As you can see on the stream right there, we're still drawing that text there. That should all be gone, should be taken away. That means this is coming in with an alpha that's 1. Get alpha, get parchment sprite. Oh, the problem could be here. That might be it. Let's refresh this stream. All right, let's hit the button to show all friends. Try it again, just in case. Oh, there we go, coming in. Okay, good, they're all here. Now let's take 7 and remove 7. There we go. 6. Much better. And then we want to have Shanti move over. We want the other players to kind of snap over. So we need to have a manager to kind of manage where they are right there. 3. That's so sweet. Let's bring 3 back in. So you're going to put it in the right spot? No, we don't have the add working yet. But let's remove 2. Yeah, I love this animation. Really beautiful. 4. Cool. Let's show enemies. Nice. Let's remove number 1. Yeah, it's beautiful. And remove number 5. Oh, there's a little bit I just noticed in that show enemies. Let's remove number 5. Look off to the right side. There's a little bit of I saw this in Premiere and I thought it was going to be a bug in Premiere. But look over on the right side. Right here. See that? Look over here. We'll do it for 1. Right there. Got some corruption there in Premiere. I'll have to regenerate those without that corruption. I think that might be a show for today. We got some kind of cool stuff going there. Let's go see who we can rate out here. Which of the live coders will get you amazing viewers? Guys, I got Critical Role out there playing right now. I'm super tempted to send you over to Critical Role. But I think I'm going to send you to, oh, you know what? Let's send you to Clarkio. We haven't rated over there in a while. We'll send you to Brian Clark. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I super appreciate it. Appreciate you being with us and helping me out, writing some code, C# TypeScript. Give us a follow if you haven't already, and we'll talk to you later. See you on Tuesday.